Okay, we're going to do a wash technique. You will want to choose two light and bright colors. I'm choosing kind of opposites, Tahiti Teal and Peachy King. I would probably myself just use Coffee and Cream, something very similar in tones. You want to keep backgrounds, like I say, a light and bright color. I wouldn't work with any of the darks. Now, I've painted the plate here, 2 coats of Peachy King. Not necessary to do 2 coats, but I would do at least a background wash 1 time before you do a wash. When you're in the studio, just ask us for a setup for a wash and we will bring you out what you need. You don't want to work from the pots doing a wash. So how we achieve this is we're going to use some water and another plate. This is a little large, but we'll make it work. This is where we're going to work our colors down. And the trick in doing a wash is keeping your brush strokes going the same way. If you kind of meander around, it's not going to turn out like you expect. A wash is a slight blending of 2 colors. Now, you're going to use a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot of water, you're going to use a good bit of water. Keep a rag handy to tap off too much. So we will pour paint for you in the studio. We'll give you a couple spots of each color. I would suggest, I'm going to need more than that. I would suggest no more than 2 color choices. May not even need that much. I forget sometimes. And here we go. Got crumbs. Don't need crumbs in a wash. Okay. Now, I'll be mentioning working down. That means bringing these 2 colors down to the middle. You don't want to do a lot at a time. Of course, I have a nice damp brush. And normally I would go this up. There are some drips. It'll be fine. It's just water. Normally I want the piece to have streaks going this way, but because of my hand, I think I'm going to work it this way. And then when it's done, do my design facing that direction. All right. So I like to put a little bit of water. We have extender in the studio, which works a little bit better. You probably can't see that, of course, on the white plate. Then we're going to just bring down some of that color. Flip your brush around, bring down some of the other color. The Tahiti Teal is a little richer. And as you see, you can kind of see both of them kind of blending together. Pick up a little here, a little there. You don't want it drippy, drippy. Now, I like to, when I first start, pick up one on one side, one on the other, go through my damp areas, and then just brush in. Now, the pink is not going to show as drastically as this blue, this teal, because the background's already the pink, Peachy King. But you definitely want to make sure you have some of them. And of course, you're getting a little gray going on. You don't want to mix it so much that you can't see those little streaks. Now, if you do this on a unpainted plate, it's going to be a little bit difficult to blend in because it'll want to dry super fast. Now, every time you pick up your brush, you're going to leave a line, and you don't want to do that. So keep it moving. Maybe I want a little more of an area there. If you get it too harsh, dip your brush in a tad bit of water and pull it out. Now, if you happen to just get one area way too thick with a color and it doesn't seem to want to blend out very easily, add a touch of that thickness somewhere else on the plate to kind of balance it out. And as you see, I I laid it on once. If there's a drip, especially drips happen on the edge, kind of like that, I'm just going to like feather that out very, very lightly, hardly touching. Okay. Now you're not going to see how all this is going to end up working out. As you see, I'm kind of trying to keep this going in this side and that side going on that side, so I have kind of a blend of two. Okay. If you're doing a sunset, this is a great technique. And again, I would only do a couple colors. Don't forget your edges. Okay, see how I got this area a little heavy? So maybe over here, I'm gonna bring a little extra heavy blue there. Now you can always just tap into the water, but you see how I got running going? That's too much. Feather it out. And you don't want very, very harsh lines, so a little bit of water, just very light feathering of the colors. This can be done on 3 coats of paint of a background. It's not necessary because the purpose of a wash is to have a slight opaque look to it. Okay, I am happy with that. Of course, I'm going to do my design this way. Now you see my little blob there where I probably stopped my brush too short? I'm just going to dab in with a little wet, carry that out so I don't have any abrupt ends. Okay? And it's just a very light, subtle wash. And again, tap your edges in. Don't overwork it, or you won't get those pretty striations of colors. Alrighty, good luck.